Welcome back to the channel, fellow runners. Today we are going to talk about the runner's high. I often experienced it, but there are still a lot of people out there that don't know what it is, how you can get it. We are going to discuss what it is, where it comes from, and how you can increase the chance of getting one. Let's not forget to smile and wave to your fellow runners, and let's dive into it. So I recently experienced a very strong runner's high, and that's why I decided to make a video on this specific topic. Why do we even get a runner's high in the first place? Nowadays we go grocery shopping, but believe it or not, many years ago we had to run to find our food, or even had to run for our food. So our body is smart enough and kind enough to help us doing so by releasing some chemicals and creating this majestical runner's high. Did you know that it's actually not endorphins that are releasing this runner's high? The scientists thought that for years, but actually they were wrong. It was something else that triggered this reaction. Because when you are running and you experience a runner's high, it varies for people how to perceive it. It can come in many different ways, but it often comes with pain reduction, feeling joy, feeling happy, things go easier. It's like walking on clouds. So it's not due to endorphins, although they play a part in it, but scientists recently found out that it's due to the endocannabinoids. Yes, you heard that right. That's basically the same chemicals that are being released when you take, for example, cannabis. So you have pain reduction, it elevates mood, it decreases anxiety. Sounds pretty awesome, right? Every person, of course, is different and they perceive this in a different way. When I experience a runner's high, it is like walking on clouds. Suddenly it feels like my heart rate is going down, but it actually is not. But my breathing is more controlled and more easy, and I can breathe more lower into my stomach. So where I normally am high in my breathing when I push a little bit, that all of a sudden can go lower and I can increase my speed. And if this video by any chance raises your mood and your motivation to go run and chase that runner's high, then leave a thumbs up here below. And although a runner's high is very personal, there are some things you can do to improve and increase the chance of getting a runner's high. And I'm gonna explain them right now. The first very important step that you need to do is that you have to make sure you have at least 8 hours of sleep at night. This is a very obvious one and it helps you in a lot of ways, of course, but sleep is important to make sure that you have enough reserves of these endocannabinoids in your brain. The second tip you can do to increase the chance is the distance. Try to run over more than 30 minutes in one single run. The runner's high often comes a little bit later during the run. For me personally, if I have the pacing correct and my heart rate correct, it usually kicks in after 8 kilometers or approximately 40 minutes. The second thing you need to take care of is the intensity. That's where you have to experiment yourself a little bit. If I look to myself, the most chance I have at a runner's high if I run above my zone 2, so basically in zone 3. My zone 2 threshold level is 147 beats per minute. If I run somewhere between 150 and 155 beats per minute, that's the chance where I get best out of my runner's high. Number 4 is the environment. A lot of people and a lot of runners claim that if they run outdoor, for example in the forest, they much more likely to get a runner's high than running, for example, indoor on a treadmill. If that has to do with oxygen or whatever it is, I don't know, or maybe mindfulness when running outside. I don't know if there's a correlation or if there are any evidence that that doesn't make a difference, but that is also a very good tip. And for me, it works. Number 4 is mindset. And I think this is a really important one because I think a lot of people maybe already witnessed a runner's high, but maybe are not aware of it. And that's because of the following. Maybe you're listening to music, or you're busy in your head going through the day, or busy with work-related stuff in your head. But the most important thing is to be in the present and in the now and pay attention to your body. So shutting down music, being in the moment, can really help you to consciously feel the experience of a runner's high. If I have my music off and I pay attention to my body around the 8 km mark, I really can feel it kicking in. And the way I always use my runner's high is to not start pushing while getting it, but enjoy it as long as possible and try to maintain the same pace, so I don't waste it immediately. So it's really important to remember that it feels different for everybody, and don't get discouraged if you don't get it right away. One more time, play with the time, play with the intensity, stay in the moment and focused, and try to go outside. That are the 4 tips after you have 8 hours of sleep that should be able to give you a nice runner's high. If this video was helpful for you and it helped you to find your runner's high, or you have any different experiences with your runner's high, then let me know in the comments down below. For now, I want to thank you for watching. You are an absolute legend, and I see you in the next video.